What's going on, everybody? It is Legendary LaShawn, and I am back at you with another video. This one is going to be a discussion vid, and I think this is pretty much my first discussion vid that I've ever done. If you're wondering what the gameplay is in the background, this is One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. It's a pretty dope and fun game, and I really enjoy it. It's for the PS. I was playing this on the PS4. I also have One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, or I think it's 5 actually, for the Nintendo Switch, and that one is fun, but I enjoyed this one a lot more because it's really flashy. You feel the impact of your attacks, and it's just a good mindless beat 'em up kind of a game, so check it out if you want to. But the reason why we are talking today is exclusivity, or exclusive versus inclusive, when it comes to anime. And this topic really came to my mind really from a discussion that me and one of my friends had, one of my homies had, a long time ago. Well, not that long ago. I would say it was maybe last year sometime, or it might have been this year, I'm not sure. But we were talking about anime, and kind of about how mainstream it's kind of gotten to be an anime watcher, and of course nerd culture in general has more so moved to, I guess, that mainstream platform, which, you know, I guess inherently isn't a bad thing. But what my friend was saying, he was saying that he doesn't really appreciate how mainstream things are going with anime, as far as like with the TikToks and everything like that, how people are making all of these anime TikToks, and about how, you know, people who are casually just watching anime because now it's the cool thing to do, who doesn't have a true passion for it, or is just doing it because it's the in thing to do, it's what the in crowd is doing, it's cool, there's TikToks, there's all these social media platforms and groups associated with different types of animes and communities and stuff like that, that it's really fake. And this actually led me to calling him the Kaido of the anime community. And if you watch One Piece and you understand what type of person Kaido is, then you'll get that reference. Like my buddy, he's pretty much just like, yo, y'all are just playing at being manga and anime advocates. Like, y'all just playing at it, y'all not really serious. And that really got me thinking, though, about the pros and cons of kind of like anime going mainstream. And on the positive side, I mean, I think, to be honest, just to view my stance on, or to state my stance on it, I'm really for it. You know, part of, I guess, his thing was that a lot of people, including myself, including probably him, and a lot of people, maybe even yourself, got bullied for watching anime when they were younger, when they were in high school, when they were in middle school, whatever it is. If you was watching One Piece on 4Kids or any of that stuff, you might have gotten teased or something like that. And unless it was Dragon Ball, you know, you probably got teased for watching Naruto or Bleach or whatever else it is. So a lot of times it could kind of lead to, like, I don't want to say a resentment, but it's just like those same people that used to bully you now, because it's cool and you can get followers off of TikTok or whatever type of video talking about anime, now all of a sudden you're able to, you know, kind of be a cool person when talking about anime. And so I understand that reasoning, I understand that point. But in the long run, it really does make things easier for us, you know? It makes things easier for us to really enjoy the anime that we watch, and to be able to talk about it on a public forum without being teased or ridiculed or whatever else for watching it. And I think that it's just the natural evolution of things. You know, for me, part of what I've been noticing, kind of like in just media and in the creative space in general, is that so many different types of platforms are having trouble making things that are new, something that hasn't been seen before, and something that's kind of original. And so a lot of times what they'll do is pull from things that are kind of niche, that are kind of in a small community, and kind of try to put that into the mainstream. I mean, for a long time, people were bullied about comic books. For a long time, rap music wasn't looked at as an actual music category, until it really became popular and it got pushed out there into the scene, you know. And I kind of agree that there are some people that are just trying to put on a show, trying to act like they enjoy anime for clicks, but they're not really getting into it, which I don't think is necessarily a problem of it going mainstream. I just think that's just a natural evolution of things. I mean, if you look at hip hop, you know, hip hop has always been a art form where you are supposed to be expressing yourself, right? You're supposed to be expressing yourself, the kind of things that you're going through, the headspace that you're in, right? But all throughout the years, you always had people that were just on it to kind of catch a wave, to kind of just try to make some money. I mean, even from the beginning, I mean, you know, my father introduced me to the Sugar Hill Gang at a very young age, and at the time it was cool. But then when Pops introduced me to Rakim, I mean, I was just amazed and I was blown back, not just at the way that he rhymed, but just, I don't know, even just the way that he broke out of his records, like just thinking of a master plan. Cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. I still dig deeper, but still coming up with lint. And like that type of stuff, like it really just put me on to like the deeper things that were inside of rap and hip hop music in general. And I feel like it's kind of the same way with anime, where it's like I don't think that there's anything wrong with starting out with like a Bleach, a One Piece, you know, heck, maybe even, you know, an Attack on Titan. Well, nah, Attack on Titan is very, very deep. But, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting into, like, I guess the popular anime or whatever else. But are you digging into some deeper stuff? Are you digging back into kind of, like, the origins, where this thing comes from, you know? I am a big advocate and lover of One Piece. Like, I really enjoy that show, especially where it's at now. It's fire. It's, like, it's amazing. But is that my greatest anime of all time? Heck no. My greatest anime of all time, I find that now it's really alternating between Samurai Champloo and probably Cowboy Bebop, because they're both two animes that kind of deal with loneliness, but kind of dealing with not, like, one, I feel like they both kind of are advocating that being by yourself is not the worst thing, and also that you need to learn how to be alone and be okay with just being by yourself sometimes. Like, I'm a married man, and even still, there's still times where I need time to just be in my own headspace, to kind of filter through what's going on in my mind. And those two animes, some of the dopest lessons and themes that you can, I mean, at least to me, that you can find in anime. I mean, even aside from that, I think the first anime that I got introduced to was, I think the first anime that I got introduced to technically would be Ninja Scroll. I watched it over one of my buddy's house, and he turned me and one of my other homies on to Ninja Scroll, and we was like, yo, this one is pretty dope. And of course, as a kid, you always know about animated movies, but that Japanese animation was just something totally different that just blew our minds, and that was amazing. And then from there, then we started getting on to Gungrave, man. Gungrave with my man Brandon Heat, the coolest, smoothest dude. Brandon and Harry, that elevator scene, man. That elevator scene lives in my mind forever, because that John just hit me like, but you really tried to shoot me? Brandon! And the way he shot him right in his eye, out of that window, I was like, yo, this dude is wildin'. Even from there, like getting into certain animes like what is it, Iron-Blooded Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans was very amazing, and I wasn't too familiar, I wasn't that much of a fan of the Gundam series, but Iron-Blooded Orphans definitely got me interested. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with it turning mainstream, but I think that once you get into anime, are you looking for something different? Are you looking for, or not even something different, but you should really ask yourself, are you looking for something that you are genuinely interested in? Are you genuinely interested in what you are watching, or are you watching it just so that you can make a post, just so that you can make a TikTok, just so that you could talk about it with a group of people? Or are you really bringing something that is diverse, or something that's kind of like your own, into the conversation, right? Are you looking at certain obscure anime or manga to find out like, yo, this joint is pretty hot and it talks about, you know, this kind of theme, it has these kind of people in it and everything like that. And I feel that it's not anything like, oh, you're not a real anime fan until you go watch Gungrave, until you go watch Trigun, until you go watch, I don't know, what else, heck, until you go watch, I don't know, Samurai Champloo or anything else. Like, there's always a space for the casual stuff, right? There's nothing wrong with a little Tenchi Muyo. There's nothing wrong with a little Tenchi. I mean, come on. There's nothing wrong with that. But do you honestly love it? Are you honestly passionate about it? Is it something that really speaks to you? I feel like that's the problem that we're kind of getting into. And again, going back into hip-hop, you know, for a while, I mean, hip-hop has always gone through the stages of, like, there being people that's just there for a check. I mean, you know, you look at, what was it, Rob Bass, you know, Takes Two. If you look at MC Hammer, even though MC Hammer really showed rappers and people in hip-hop how to really make money and how to really be a showman, you know, you always have like your DOS effects and stuff like that. But then it's always balanced out by your Nas, by your Tribe Called Quest, by the Queen Latifah, by the Fugees, by Biggie, Tupac. It's balanced out and stuff like that. And even recently, that's what happened. You know, you had your little Pumps, you had your little Uzis, you had your little Yachties, you had your little Xan, little this, little that, right? And there was a long period where that was kind of like the dominant. But then, you know, you had your Kendricks, you had your J. Cole's, and of course, you know, Drake was still in there and he was doing his thing. But, you know, you have like, I mean, I would say that Favi, he kind of, Favi, at least he's speaking about something. Like, he's really speaking about what's going on in his neck of the woods and how it affects him and stuff like that. You know, and then you have like, you know, your people that still been rapping that still haven't stopped. You know, you got your Rhapsodies, you got your Nas and stuff like that. So I mean, there's still plenty of people that's coming out that's still keeping it like, you know, in its purest form, which is talking about stories that's going on in your life. And I feel like it's kind of the same way for anime. That there's nothing wrong with the casual anime watcher. There's nothing wrong with somebody that just wants to do it for fun, or they just want to watch a silly, goofy anime. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I do think that it's a problem when you are just watching anime just to be part of a crowd, because then, you know, you get companies like Netflix and whoever else that's trying to get into this. And Netflix, it's weird. I'm kind of still on the fence with Netflix, because with Netflix has had some genuine, like some good, fun to watch anime, like Cannon Busters. If you have not watched Cannon Busters, go watch Cannon Busters. It's a good, fun time. It's not anything that's crazy deep or anything like that, but it's just fun. It is a good anime and fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain there's a lot of missteps when it comes to anime and Netflix. And also Netflix keeps on trying to do live action stuff. Like, they try to do Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, and I don't know. I think a lot of times it's really lost in translation that part of the thing that makes it so great is the fact that it's animated. Oh yeah, and even, what is it? They had a Scarlett Johansson ghost in the show. Like, and that hey, big yikes. Just big yikes. So I mean, I definitely think that there needs to be a balance, but you know, I don't think that it should be a kind of thing where it should be just totally exclusive, where it's just like, oh, if you don't know all the obscure, you know, anime like Hajime no Ippo or Baki or something like that, then you can't be part of the group. No, I don't think it should be like that at all. But I also don't think that it should just be, hey, this is just something for us to make TikToks. We need memes. We need memeable moments and stuff like that. Like, unfortunately, with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I mean, JoJo, the manga and the creator, he's good. He's still doing JoJo's justice in the way that he wants to. But it's just, it's always this feeling of you could kind of smell, like whenever you, or you just see in certain TikToks or certain stuff that you see that people do where it's just like, you wouldn't honestly be talking about JoJo's if this wasn't a meme. You wouldn't be talking about Dio if you didn't see online like the meme about, you thought that she was going to kiss JoJo, but it was me, Dio. Like, nobody, like, you could just tell, unfortunately. So I definitely think that there needs to be a balance. But if there's anything that you take away from this video, find what you really like and what you really vibe with. And trust me, there's something out there for everybody. For the ladies, for the guys, for the Hispanics, for the blacks, for anybody. There is a lot of stuff. Now, you might have to go into the manga side of things. You might have to start, maybe reading some stuff because it may not be in animation form yet, but there is something for everybody. So I hope you guys liked this video. Hope it wasn't too long. If you did, then, give the video a like, subscribe, to see more videos like this. Also comment, tell me what's your favorite anime, tell me what you think about the current landscape of anime and animations that come out, and I will see you guys next video. Peace.